One case I like to talk about is some people have said they had constipation problems after drinking Power Cocktail. Those who know what's inside Power Cocktail will think this is unexpected. Nutritional information indicates there's definitely fiber, and it's 5 grams out of a 15-gram serving, which is 20% of the recommended daily intake. And there are 10 different kinds of fiber included. Soluble fiber helps bowel movement to be active, and non-soluble fiber helps relieve constipation. So why does a product that's supposed to relieve constipation actually provoke it? It makes no sense at all. People with constipation had one common pattern in drinking Power Cocktail. There were basically 2 different kinds, and one was they had constipation to begin with. They drank Power Cocktail for about 2 to 3 days only and said they didn't have their constipation problem solved. Taking the laxative sold at the pharmacy will solve the problem fast as the same day. Power Cocktail is a nutritional supplement. It's not a medicine. Another case was adding too little water when drinking Power Cocktail. 1 sachet or 1 serving of Power Cocktail is 180 milliliters of water recommended, but they added little water to enjoy the rich taste. Of course, it would taste rich, but if you have constipation and don't drink enough water with fiber, it would have no effect, and even worse, the constipation can get worse. In other words, you must drink plenty of water if you have constipation. Just because you eat fiber doesn't mean you can drink little water. You need to take in both fiber and water. Another strange case is about Restorate, and some YouTube videos and blogs here in Korea mention this. They claim that Restorate is strong acid. I saw this information in quite a few places, but let me summarize some information I saw in one blog. Because Restorate uses strong acid minerals as ingredients, people who drink it for the first time may feel heartburn. Occasionally, people who do not feel heartburn have healthy stomach. To start with heartburn problem, this is groundless information. My wife and I, and the hundreds of people in our PM Eagles group, more than half of these people had unhealthy stomach, and not one of them felt heartburn when they took Restorate for the first time. And minerals are strong acid? First of all, one easy way to find out if something is acid or alkaline is by checking the color changes on litmus paper. Lemon, soda, tomato are considered acid, pure water is considered neutral, and antacid and detergents are considered alkaline. The fact that minerals are strong acid is either groundless information, or it could have at least used litmus paper test to find any proof. Then this is how the experiment could have been done. At home, pour some purified water, add 1 sachet of Restorate, stir to melt, dip litmus paper in and take it out, and check the color. The order of the experiment looks fine, right? But this kind of experiment has a critical flaw. The experiment material here are considered tainted. To elaborate, the water mixed must be neutral to check the pH level of Restorate. But most of the purified water used at home in Korea are slightly acid. There are some that are slightly alkaline, but they are not neutral. Thus, we can only conclude that the water mixed in the experiment was used wrongly. Plus, can normal people like us acquire completely neutral water? At least the people around me are not able to do such thing. Then, how about we check the powder without water? Litmus paper is used to test by dipping it in liquid. Checking the powder separately is difficult. In conclusion, claiming Restorate as strong acid is either groundless or based on wrong experiment, so it is faulty wrong information. Another story I've heard often about Restorate is not to mix with other fiber-containing PM product. The first thing I should mention here is that to relieve constipation, both fiber and minerals are essential. There is no indication that mixing the two causes problems. The previous strong acid story and this do not mix story were both written by the same person. Yet this person calls herself a diet expert. At least an expert should talk with some ground or basis, and why this person sends wrong information, I don't get it. However, there is mentioning of not to mix Power Cocktail with other products from PMI. But there is a reason to this. This is related to the lack of water when drinking Power Cocktail, something I've mentioned already. Most PM products are in powdered form, including Power Coctail. Absorption of these powdered products go up when drunk with water. The recommended water of each product to increase absorption should be taken as minimum, not average. Let me give an example. The products that I drink every morning are Power Coctail, Activise, Zellschutz, Whey, and Gelingfit. I put them in a shaker, add water, and if I shake enough, they dissolve well enough to make it easy to drink. But each product requires as little as 120, as much as 200 milliliters. Add all these up, it's 850 milliliters. In other words, to absorb these 5 products well, you need at least 850 milliliters of water. The shaker that I use may be 500 to 600 milliliters. Fortunately, after I drink it, I rinse it with water and drink it again. Then there's no residue left, and I end up drinking 800 to 1000 milliliters of water, which is the appropriate amount. In conclusion, you can mix Power Coctail with other products, assuming you add enough water. For those who do not understand the metric system, it's about 28.7 ounces total. In other words, you need lots of water. To summarize, AutoShip is a subscription program which relieves constipation, is not strong acid, and can be mixed with other PM products, assuming you add